Hello everybody, Pawn2354 here. Okay. So I decided to turn this into a Let's Play, despite the suggested Zelda, because like this is just gonna end up being easier for me since I already have it set up and all that. So let's see. I'm gonna go with my combustor for these foes. Die, foes, die! Die, foes! Ha! Adversaries! Die, adversaries! Okay, that one exploded into goo. Oh no, another one. I must make this one explode into goo. Ah, crap, two more! Explode into goo! Okay then, so I hope you can hear me okay. A bit closer. Ah! Adversaries! Snuck up on me whenever I was least expecting it. Although I was half expecting it, only I wasn't. Die, adversaries! Now, and the reason why I'm just using one gun, again, is to, like, level it up so it could be, like, the best gun it could be by the final boss. So, why are you here? No, 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 no. Thank you. It's like the Slender Man. They just don't know when to quit. Yeah. I already have all 8 pages. Don't kill me. You can't kill me whenever I have all 8 pages. You can't. Because I have 8 pages. Does this one have like the little changey thing? Because I don't really like the helicopter. Thank you. I don't know why, I just don't really like the helicopter. I like thruster pack better. Something against the helicopter. I mean, they're both basically the same. It's just, I don't know. It's just something about the helicopter that displeases me. Yeah, let's tell me how to perform a high jump, but that could be easily reached with a regular double jump. This guy's flying off before I can even get a decent kill on. Basically, that's the high jump. Nothing too special. Ah. Huzzah. This is why strafing is required. Holy crap! How many of you are shooting at me? Holy crap! What's with the sudden amount of... Oh, so that just killed everything. Except for all the stuff up here. And this is where we get our first look at Raritanium. Raritanium is a much useful item. Because it allows us to get, like, many upgrades. And that got leveled up just in time because I was just running out of ammo. So we have some bolts over here which are 10 times more important than Raritanium. Yeah, you can use these to upgrade your weapons past, like, normal, you know, shooty upgrade. Got some extra health, some extra ammo over here. Whoa, boom! Oh, wait, that's right. Never mind. Normally those would all shatter if I was playing on my normal file. But since I'm not playing on my normal file... Crap, what's... Like, whenever I usually go through here, it doesn't have this many people. At least, it doesn't feel like it because whenever I usually play, I have the best weapons ever. The frickin' Rhino, bro. Rhino is basically the top dog gun. And I know I'm doing this, like, kind of out of order. Like, I should be playing the first one first. Kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, that was, like, sort of a long jump. Anyways. So, as I was saying, like... I do have the first, second, and third ones, although my second and third ones are kind of broken. Which is why I'm starting off this one, because I can play all of them in sequence, like the last 3 in sequence. And the second one and the last 3 isn't really that good because it's like really short, and you already have half the weapons, and half of the weapons are already like halfway leveled up. It's crap, what's with them suddenly being able to hit me? Or was that just the... Okay, that was it. That was it. Okay. Okay. Holy crap, I thought a whole nanotech box usually healed about, I don't know, at least 3. I only healed 1. Should have collected all the bolts I can, because bolts are like the all-important substance of this game. Because unlike Raritanium, it can actually buy you the weapons. Raritanium is just to make them stronger. Okay. Here's where the box breaker would really come in handy. So, like, this room is, like, completely epic if you're on your second run. Of course, if you're on your second run, you probably have the multiplier already up to, like, 17 billion. So, you know, you're not missing too much on your second run if you don't grab that box. Anyway, so now we have all the bolts in that room, and die. Huzzah. Yeah, half the things I'm going to say in this Let's Play, as mentioned in the last video, I hope, is die. I remember saying in the last video, I don't remember the exact term I used, like half, or like 75%, or what, and here's the big mother fricker, and he drops Raritanium whenever you kill another substance, which we'll be getting into later, but will give us, like, many, many bolts for collecting. Especially if you wait before turning him in. Which is how you get the bolts, you sort of sell them. So if you wait till for the longest time, you get, like, extra bolts, because the longer you wait, the more bolts you get. So if you're in a hard time for bolts, don't worry, you'll get more bolts later. The longer you wait. So, this guy drops a bunch of Raritanium and all that. Yeah, if you read the text box, it said that it dropped the Leviathan souls. These are very rare and expensive things. You can sell them pretty high, decent amounts. Kobalia spaceport. Do I still not have the subtitles on? I could have sworn I turned them on in the last video. Hold up. Because I could have sworn like someone talked there. Yeah, subtitles are on. Okay then. This guy says something whenever you come up to him, so it's lying to me. So, tornado launcher and all that. And this is pretty damn expensive, but it's good all the same. Like, it's like one of the worst early weapons, but it's still pretty dang good. And then there's the plasma beast. It's probably one of the best early weapons, and still is like the best in like late game. So over here we can upgrade its range once, and then after that we can upgrade its speed of firing, and then we can upgrade its speed of firing or range, and then there's this. Like, this is the all-important like upgrade, because it unlocks many upgrades later. Because more Raritanium. This means that whenever you kill an enemy that drops Raritanium, not only does it drop more Raritanium, but if you kill an enemy that doesn't drop Raritanium usually, it will sometimes drop Raritanium. So that's like really useful. Don't go just straight forward. I mean, that's kind of a stupid idea. You might want to go this direction first, because that is a very cheap, more damage. It's longer, but it's like better in the long run. So let's see. 150, 250. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to make it over to more power. Let's see, 100. Okay, so I'm going to spend one. No, I'm not spending 150 on this. I don't think, anyways. Yeah, I want the whole freaking thing, but now my range is completely upgraded. So that's a decent thing. The gravity bomb doesn't really have anything of interest to me right now to upgrade, so I keep on calling it the gravity bomb out of habit. I'm sorry. I'll continue to call it that, though. In every game, it's the gravity bomb. From here on out, it's gravity bomb. Tell Insomniac. From every game on, it's the freaking gravity bomb. I think it was only called gravity bomb in the first game. I don't know, I always called it the grenade glove, usually. I think that's what I called it. I have horrible memory. Oh, hey, okay there. I guess it's only in, cutscenes. Because there's supposed to be a guy talking in the background, like, constantly. Ah, the smuggler. Imperial spies. As if. We never learn his real name. We just always call him the smuggler. And he isn't the only one. He's just the smuggler because he's that important that we just come across one. Or he's one who reveals. Okay. That should have been pretty damn funny, but it wasn't. Because it wasn't. Because I don't have... the Gelinator, one of my favorite gadgets. That can't be used as a weapon. And there are a handful of gadgets that you get later on that you can possibly use as a weapon. This one you really can't. It's more... You can kind of use it for defense, though. Which I find neat. So here's what the Gelinator does. Boom, 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 and then you can jump on the gel. So this is what we were finding inside those guys who dropped the slime ball things whenever we killed them. So hey, at least they're consistent. Only not really, because they're not the ones who eat the slime. They'll be coming up on little tiny creatures that do eat slime. They will not attack you, but they're a minor nuisance because, well, they eat your frickin' slime. You can trap them in the slime themselves, but they'll eventually escape, and with the help of their friends, they'll escape quickly. If you hit any slime that you have created, or is just flat out there for no apparent reason, which we will probably never come across, if you hit it, then it will shrink down a whole size. If it's on its last size, then it will just disappear. Lucky me, I know about this secret, right? Because it's not like I didn't know. It's like, seriously, this... It isn't well known. It's about as well known as this game is. And this game is pretty well known, but... Okay, if that thing can shoot all the way over there, I'm pretty sure I can reach at least the slime. Boom! Amazing. These guys kind of look like the people who we just met down there, but no, they're actually the enemies, so we have to kill them. We have to kill them now. And as you can see, a little bit of our team here dropped because we were killing them with our combustor, or pistol, as I like to commonly call it sometimes. Man, I can't wait until we're in the third of the final games, because that one has, like, the best control scheme. It's not the best gameplay-wise. I honestly think that this one's better gameplay-wise. But it has the best control scheme. Mainly because you can walk around holding R2. But wait, that's our duck. Yeah, I know, because you spend most of your game without Clank. You get compensated by getting hover boots, which are basically... I don't even know how to put it, but... I'm just tell you, they're not quite as good as Clank, but they're still pretty good. They're basically, I guess, kind of like skates, really. But you can use them to, like, hover, like, you can use Clank too. No, wrong gun. Even though the Gelinator really isn't a gun. 1, 2, boom. And you only have so much time to jump on them. But with both of them, you could, like, place them aside and just do 3, and then you can do it easily. So, and that kind of rhymed, only it didn't. And I hope that you can still hear me because I kind of backed away from the microphone because my back started to hurt sitting up. I'm an old man. Boom. That's why I'm playing a 32-bit game. Yes, this is 32-bit. Looks pretty damn good for a 32-bit game, right? Yeah. Most systems are 32-bit nowadays. For those of you who don't know what the frick I'm talking about, well, I wouldn't have known either until I watched, Clearing Confusion. And it was, I forget what episode it was, but it was about the all-important bits and the bit wars. And yeah, so bits aren't really graphical or anything like that. Bits are more or less just like how fast you can reach a certain point in the CPU. And like, so 64-bit like only had like 1 or 2 64 bits because 64-bit pretty expensive. But yeah, so the 64-bit systems, and the Atari's Jaguar wasn't even like really 64-bit. It didn't have a 64-bit processor. It was like a bunch of like 32 and 16-bit processors. But like the more bit processors, the faster it will go. So you don't necessarily need a whole 64-bit processor. So that like little golden bolt over there, yeah, those are like really good, and I know how to reach them. So now we have restored the gel, and if the subtitles were working correctly, you would hear some like lady over the thing say something along the lines of Gel Reactor 3 restored. Emperor Tachyon will not be happy. Or something along those lines, and we're about to pass that golden bolt again. Along with all that money. All that money! Okay, so we hop off here. And over here we have some, like, gadgets. There are, like, little extra weapons that don't really, like, do anything. Like, Groovatron, this one's very entertaining. Once used, all of the enemies on screen dance, and even, like, all of the, like, everyone dance, except for you, I think. And, like, but in the later games, it actually becomes a weapon. Weapon that you can actually level up. So this one is really entertaining. And then there's the leech bombs. If you use these on an enemy, it will, whatever health it takes off of it, it will give to you in nanotech. So these are pretty dang neat, but I'm not going to buy either of them because you can now randomly find them in the crates. Not just the regular ammo crates, but I'm talking about like the raritanium crates every once in a while. So here, the smuggler, if you speak to the smuggler, he'll take you off on a ride. But then he'll give you a ride to the next planet, and I think there you'll get a ship. Or maybe it's the next planet after that. But seriously, they give you a while before they give you a ship. And over here is the armor shop. Now, and this one blocks 25% of all damage. This one's expensive, but even though I can afford it, but it's a heck of a lot better than what we're currently wearing with 0%. I'll give it that. So it's the cheapest armor, and yet half the biggest upgrade. I mean, there's like a bigger upgrade later. Like, I think it goes from like 40 to 70 something or something like that. I'm not entirely sure on exactly how it goes, but it's like seriously, I think the highest you can get armor wise is 70 something. So I'm going to take out my combustor and go through this little extra area because wouldn't you know it, more Leviathans to kill, more Leviathan souls to get, also more Raritanium. Now, a little funny story. In the first game, Raritanium is so rare that you only ever find one piece. But in the second game, it gets so really unrare that you're getting pieces all the time, and you use those to upgrade your ship. Then in the third game, it's really never mentioned again. Well, actually, not exactly. I mean, it's like mentioned once. And it's not exactly rare anymore again. Because you're in like this one area in the sewers and you're going about looking for Raritanium for this one guy, and you'll sell it to him for money. With each game that goes by, it adds an extra 0 to how much he'll pay you per, but it never really expands more than that, like the later you sell them. So if you find them, go ahead and sell them as soon as possible. That's in the third game, one of my favorites, actually my favorite, and that one's currently broken. Sad face. So after this guy, I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting an upgrade. Yep. Okay. Well, he's not quite dead yet, but we got an upgrade anyways, which is a good thing. Kill this guy because we're kind of running out of ammo anyways. So by killing all the Leviathans here, you get Giant Hunter, totaling up to 3 Leviathans. And man, our combustor's already almost leveled up. Might not even be a combustor. Sure enough. Yeah, because it's not always a combustor. It's like in the first game it was a blaster, and the second one was a pistol or something like that. And then I want to call it the fourth one, even though it really doesn't have anything to do with the story. And Deadlocked. It was like dual pistols, but I don't remember what it was called. You know what? And I don't believe it even started off as just dual pistols. I mean, okay, after the fifth upgrade, it gets like a special upgrade. And this one, I think it can shoot like 3 at once, or like gets 2 extra tubes on it, and can shoot more, like bullets. But in that game, I think like you get dual pistols, and in that game, it's like really different in that you can level everything up. Yeah, see, you get like them randomly, but you get to level your weapons up to level 100. After that, they basically become rainbow weapons, or so I like to call them, because whenever you shoot, it's like rainbowy, like it changes color. And that game's Rhino, which is Magma Storm, or at least I like to call it that. It's like really pretty, and it's like epic, and it takes a while actually, and here's the gold bull I was talking about, to actually get each weapon that high. Although it's possible, and I've done it. It takes a couple playthroughs though. Okay, so collect that gold bolt, and I'll show you exactly what they'll do. Basically, like a little extra thing. And if you look here, are skill points. Okay. As you saw, I got Giant Hunter earlier. Basically, what skill points are is whenever you finish like a certain thing that isn't necessarily hard, but you've done it, you get like a little thing, and the more points you get, the more cheats you unlock. Now right now I don't really have any, and they're not exactly cheats. You also unlock concept art. And then we have the cinematics here, which is basically everything from the beginning. And then we have skins. Now, and this is where the gold bolts come into play. Depending on how many gold bolts you have, you can buy certain skins. And these are just like all little silly things that you can do. Spice it up. There's Dan Johnson, the creator of this game. Well, the original creator of Ratchet and Clank. He died by the time the last one was released. So that one's more or less in memory of him. There's a snowman, which has been a staple throughout the series. There's a Cragmite skin, which we'll get into what the Cragmites are about halfway through the game. There's Rusty Pete, which we haven't ran into yet, Kronk, who we haven't ran into yet, Zephyr, who we haven't ran into yet, and Mustachio Furioso. Now, you may be saying, hey, this looks exactly like regular Clank. Look closely. He has a mustache and glasses. Purple glasses at that. This is a disguise that we'll get later. That's kind of shitty. But we'll get into that whenever we get into the arena challenges, which are really entertaining, and I'll spend a lot of my time there. So now we're just going to go over to the smuggler, talk to him, and we'll ask him what it's about Leviathan souls. Bolts in the bank, friend. Look here, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he just explains to us that we can sell them to him and get, like, tons of money. Nice, right? I'm just gonna check my time. So, right here we can sell them for 2,000 bolts each. If we wait until later, he'll sell them for 4,000 and then 8,000 each. And for each playthrough of the game, you add an extra 0 onto each of those values. If we ask him where the heck are we, he'll say, what planet, and give us a little backstory on it. But no one likes backstory. How about that ride? As far as I can take it, Stratus City. So, let's go. That's on a certain planet somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, but what the hey. Anyways, Stratus City is probably like the most wide open area in the game, at least for right now. Because most of it is like wide open air, and we'll get a item later that allows us to fly through that wide open air. And then, like, the most free roaming in the entire game is the last place that we'll find Leviathan souls. Now, the smuggler says that these certain Leviathan souls are rare, and he doesn't really care to check which ones are rare and which ones are not. Now then, Tachyon, that's how you pronounce that name. The Lombaxes. And then he just bees a dick. Dick bees. And hey, there were some good bolts in that. Why am I not, like, free falling the way that I should be? Okay then, so this isn't exactly where I thought I'd land. Why do I not have a gun out? Gun. Ow. Dang it, stop killing me. God. Well, over here, like, I mean, this didn't get broken. We have a bunch of rare titanium. Now, the reason why I'm saying lucky me that, oh, frick. And, oh yeah, confuzzler gas. This basically makes the enemies attack each other. Yeah. Now I know why the missiles are falling, and why I have to continue to move in order to evade them. It's because the game glitched out and didn't have me free fall. And right now it's currently thinking, oh hey, he's still falling, let's home in on him. And all I have to really do is get over here so that it'll stop shooting at me, and then I can shop for weapons and all that. Now we have the Predator Launcher, one of the probably worst weapons that we can get right now in the early game. It's okay, but it's like really bad and doesn't really do a lot of damage. So now we can go into here and upgrade this a bit more. And then this one is like, this upgrade each With this upgrade, each hot molten shot from your weapon will rain down, streaming pyrostatic goo on the ground. Your foes will have nowhere to run as the ground itself becomes an ally in battle. This is a good upgrade, but it's so expensive that I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm going to bother with the special upgrades later. Now, with this one, they drop more bolts. Okay, that's kind of worth it. Even though there are only two, and they're both 250, and I can't afford both. Which is why I'm going to go ahead and just do 2 power. Because the whole point of this weapon, really, is to obliterate your enemies quickly. The whole point of this weapon, really, is to obliterate your enemies from as far as possible. And then, if the frickin' subtitles would work properly, you'd be hearing what Tachyon is trying to tell us. Most of it's just, fuck off, you mangy prick. And then here, he's now selling the combustible gas, and I'm kind of half surprised that we still haven't gotten any Groovetrons. Groovetrons are, like, really useful and entertaining. This guy really says it. It says they're distracting and entertaining. True in both senses. Wow. That was quick. I really wasn't expecting it to be that quick. Anyways, so here we have probably one of my favorite weapons in the early game. I will constantly call this the Plasma Whip, but this is the Shock Ravager. It's really good against shielded enemies. Now, the reason why I will constantly call this the Plasma Whip is because there is a weapon very much like this in my favorite game in the series, Up Your Arsenal, called the Plasma Whip. It's basically a replacement wrench, really, but it's still, like, one of the best weapons. Let the bolts rain. Golden shower of bolts. Die. Okay, that's almost leveled up now. Die. Ammo's not too expensive, but you'll find it so often, like, just, like, lying around. You'll probably never really have to deal with it, like, not having ammo. My house just shook a bit. Okay, then. So now some more peeps are probably going to be coming. Yep, and they're all shielded. And then I have to use my Shock Ravager. And whack, whack, whack. Whack, whack, whack. Crap. This guy's, like, really devastating if you're trying to use, like, the Shock Ravager against him. But the Shock Ravager is really useful. And it's one of the few weapons that will make things that don't usually drop rare titanium, drop rare titanium. So along with your combustor here, it's like a really useful weapon to use. It's actually one of my favorites to use. Now, you can't break the TV, even though it looks like you might be able to, in the common fashion of, hey, I can break a TV. Just like you can break a lot of things in this game. All breaking stuff in this game we usually do is drop extra bolts. But it makes the world seem less cluttered, and more or less just stuff in your way, kill it. So I'm going in, firing off all my laser beams, only they're not laser beams. So now I'm just going to collect all the freaking rare titanium, and hey, more people. Maybe wondering why I'm not using the gravity bomb. It's, again, principal purpose, and meh. Okay, for this guy, I'll use the gravity bomb. It's like, wait, he's in the air. The gravity bomb won't really do much to him. That's where you'd be wrong. Especially if you jump, it can be really devastating to air enemies. It's just that it can't kill them in groups, which is the other half reason why the gravity bomb exists. It's to do tons of damage to ground enemies. Now, we just got this swing shot out of nowhere, but we've always had it. Now, this kind of doubles as a swing shot and a dynamo. Okay, in the second game, you get something called a dynamo, which can power shit. And it was a separate thing from the hookshot, which could grapple on to these many things. In the third game, they got combined into one thing. You could use it to power shit, which you really never had to do, and grapple on shit, which you almost always had to do. Like, there almost literally was not a time that you weren't grappling to something. A lot of the game's puzzles were like this, and like a lot of get away from the enemy quickly shit was like this too. But yeah, we're just gonna break a few boxes. Okay, something neat. Whenever you go to any vendor, whether or not you buy something, they will give you full health, which I find is a nice little thing, especially if you're really, really low on health. Bigger area. Now, bigger area is kind of an expensive thing, so I'm just going to get those two. Well, I can't afford it anymore, so I'm just going to buy that, which gives us our concussion detonators. Each missile becomes equipped with a petroleum ion. These detonators are extremely effective, knocking your enemies down, thus giving you strategic tactic advantage. Basically, what it will do is your bomb will split up into many. No, wait, that's the fifth thing. The fifth update. Why did I call it an update? The fifth upgrade. LOL. Okay, then swing. 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 Da 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 da. See, I told you half the words I utter in this freaking Let's Play will be die. Until I get, like, something uber cool. Like the Rhino, in which case it will be get closer so I can frickin' shoot you, because the Rhino doesn't really have the best range in the world. So now down there, something very easy to miss, but something very, very good to get. Die! Ah, 2 Groovitron balls. Dear, that sounded weird. Should just call them like capsules or something, because saying 2 Groovitron balls, it just sounds wrong. Okay then, Mr. Guy that appears out of nowhere, how are you doing today? Oh crap, this guy's about to kill me. I wonder if this will work. It did, but it only gave me so much health, so I guess I'll just use my thing on him. No. Yeah, see. He killed me anyways. So even though I already have full health, it doesn't really give me full ammo, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it for 60 bolts. Again, it's not really expensive unless you have like a really expensive gun. Like, there are some things that are like 200 for each like bullet, and doesn't really have too many bullets. So with your entertaining, the first thing you probably want to upgrade with that thing is not anything but the ammunition. And get to ammunition as soon as possible, because ammunition is pretty damn important whenever you have a gun that's really strong, but doesn't really have a lot of ammunition. The Rhino is an example of this, especially in this game, because the Rhino in this game kind of lacks on the ammo side. Rhino in the next game, fully upgraded, is like 1,000 ammo. Actually, it's more like 1,200 if I remember correctly. Hey, hey! I thought you did a sweep. I thought you could only do a sweep. Damn it. Die. Stupid frickin' things. Frickin' listen. Oh. I was trying, wait, why aren't they moving? And then I forgot. Oh, yeah. Well, and then I remember. Oh, yeah. They don't always move at a constant speed. So these things they deliberately don't let you swing from. So we just get down here, and I don't know. Bam! Oh yeah, all that death. So yeah, I think I'm gonna complete this planet and call it a day because this is probably nearing hours long. And it's only had 40 minutes, but still, it's taken a while, and I probably have a lot left on this planet to do, especially if I'm going for 100% first time around. So here we can get gel for the gelinator, which is neat. Oh, I didn't want to put the gel back. Well, basically have the gel like the rest of the planet. Like seriously, this planet has like a lot of stuff you can explore. And, you know, you have to go out of your way for some of it, like a lot of it actually, especially if you're going for the really secret stuff, like the gold bolts and the Rhino Hollow plans, and okay, I got 2 Groovetron balls even though I haven't used a single one, and I can only carry up to 3. Inconsistency. So just do that. Come on, get on top of the dang goo. Me, boing. Oh yeah. So we have to hit the buttons. Hit the buttons, hit the buttons, hit the buttons, and then the bridge extends. And Tachyon will probably be saying something here if I remember correctly. But since this game wants to be a jerk, it's not saying it. Oh, come on. Find that. Shock Ravager. Bam! Bam! That's like a seriously devastating weapon. Especially if you got things in a large group. Oh, frick. Lucky me that didn't blow up. Otherwise, I'd be kind of screwed. I couldn't get up here and collect all the bolts. At which point I wouldn't be able to afford guns. I wouldn't be able to afford guns. Okay, well. It's all okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. I have gel in my gelinator. Sorry. I made that overly dramatic for no reason. Hold up. Yes. Guys, I'm back. That was just my mom telling me to come eat. I am back with food. I'm going to make you hungry because it tastes absolutely delicious. Can I aim with this? Oh, hey, yay! Bam! Boom! Crap! Explodey box. Hidden explodey box. They're trying to be jerks to us. Well, I'm gonna take a bite of this. No. Okay. Oh. Sorry, I'm used to the other control scheme. Oh, come on! Physics, you do not work that way. Now, the box physics can get a little iffy at times, but it's not that bad. Okay, so, bam! And now we get a cutscene. Aw, he says something really funny right here, and yet they don't show it because they're jerks. Hey. So now we have, like, the best and yet worst flying controls ever conceived. They're motion controls, but they're not bad for motion controls. They're just not good. Turns are awkward-ish, and I died. Well, I didn't really die, but if you ever go off track, they'll just teleport you back here. So if we go into options and game options, never mind, game options, control options. Down here we have controller motion sensor, which is basically 6 axes. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Now, re-give us the instructions only this time. It will tell us our left thing to fly, and now as you can see, I'm having a much easier time flying through here. Oh yeah, X to flap my wings, but I never really have to flap my wings, I find. Only if I really need to head up really quickly. In that case, I just go up. Now this is where it gets really awkward. Yeah, there we go. Now, that zoning got huge at the end. But we find in the next game that they're actually kind of smaller than Ratchet. But in that one, he was almost the size of Ratchet, if not bigger. Oh well. So we just go over here and I'm thinking Shock Ravager this time. So this one is like the best one for bolts and raritanium, because over here they have the raritanium upgrades, and then over here they have bolt upgrades. So yeah. So the bolt upgrades are really cheap because there are a lot of them. These kind of aren't, so I'm just going to go over here, boom, 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 and then there's only one power upgrade, so of course it's going to be really expensive. I'm going to eat something. And unless you know where you can find like a bunch of raritanium and how exactly to spend your raritanium wisely, you're going to spend a long time before being able to afford this. So I'm just going to like really just go out upgrading this. So now this one's almost completely upgraded. This one still needs a bit of work, but I'll work on it. And it's the perfect time for upgrading because now we have an underwater area with almost nothing to fight. Well, we don't really need the gel in here. At least not right now, so boom. Oh, come on. Okay, the aiming with this thing is... Thank you. Yeah, the physics in this are kind of glitchy, but... here we go. That was my war cry. Died. Holy crap. People! No, just kidding. They're not people. They're only mines. Anyways, I hold R1 to go faster, and the second introduction of frickin' buttons. Dive. Oh, squares dive. I was hitting circle. Lucky me you can't use guns in the water. Otherwise, I'd be screwed. Swim over here and hopefully hit the button in time. Now, I distinctly remember there being something hidden in this room, so I'm gonna take a quick check at everything. If I find nothing, I find nothing. If I find something, then that's a good thing. Because I remember there being something hidden in one of these little rooms, but I'm not seeing it in, like, any of them. I know we still haven't checked one, but I got, like, a pretty good look at it whenever I was flying into the water, so, you know, I can kind of, like, guess at it. And my guessing at it tells me no. And guessing is always 100% correct, so that's why I haven't checked it. Like, thoroughly, at least. Holy crap! Ah! Okay, well, at least I killed them all easily. You know what? Screw the ammo. I got some of it back anyways. Then we have jellyfish hunter. Jellyfish! Or jellyfish-like creatures. Anyways, we can get some raritanium down here by blowing up the box, and then there's some bolts contained in the explodey boxes, so go ahead and destroy those too. There's bolts. Then there are some bolts over there. And let's see, what other underwater goodies are there? More bolts. I'm gonna let you go off and check in the next quadrant. Nothing. So, and we go up. Find out what exactly this thing in the center does. Again, lets out a call, and it brings all these people up. And here's the thing that I was thinking that was hidden. And you absolutely require the Jellynator to reach it. So, yeah. So you stand on this guy's freaking head thing. Shoot at this guy's head thing. Make a gel 3 blobs big, although it doesn't need to be 3 blobs big. And then grab a gold bulb. Oh yeah, we get our ship next planet. Right? Yeah, we get a Philio next planet. I was wondering if it was this game or the next game, because I remember the next game having something like that. But no, it doesn't, and I was wrong. So we go down here. Raritanium jump. There's a Raritanium box there. We grab the Raritanium. And then we head down the shaft. And then we have enemies. Lots and lots of enemies. Great time to get this finished leveled up. Oh, come on. It's a great time to get this kind of leveled up. Because everyone knows I wasn't trying to use this. I hate whenever games make you use specific weapons for specific enemies. Especially in games like this where you have to use like a certain weapon like for a long time in order to get it fully upgraded. Because you upgrade your weapons by just using it constantly. It's not a bad thing, but it's not really a good thing. And watch that be the last effing enemy. And so we're gonna end it out about here. Wait, you have wings. You don't have to be on the specific path. Okay, well you do for gameplay's sake. But you don't absolutely have to be. And come on. Jump out the window. And just like use the momentum from your falling to use your wings to glide back up. It's a miracle. All you have to do is flap your wings to keep yourself going up. It's like, seriously. So we enter cutscene-ish thing. That wasn't a very funny joke. It's funny from the concept, not from the joke itself. So I'm going to save that off here. So if you like this long part, then go ahead and like the video, favorite, do all the good stuff, comment, blah 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 blah. Well, see you all next time, and this turned out to be, wow, it's still under an hour even though I left to go get food. Amazing. By the way, it tastes delicious. Just made you hungry. You can't see me right now, but I'm putting a thumbs up after snapping. Peace.